Hello, welcome to the stream, guys.
God, that was mayhem, that last race. That was so good.
That was a brilliant race, wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely. It was good just sitting back and watching that on the stream. Really enjoyed that, obviously. Bit of carnage, well, not carnage at all, but carnage from Codemaster's point of view, but the race was absolutely brilliant, especially the 13 left for the last 20 odd laps. It was incredible to watch them. Right, anyway, hopefully everyone's recording.
I've got to retire the car.
You have got to retire the car?
You didn't remember, did you?
I did remember, you said it in the last stream. I was listening to it.
Oh, yeah.
Right, obviously Crazy Bill's retiring because he's got a quali ban for having no footage last week.
Didn't even do anything wrong. Alright, and let me just put my setup on. I wish I forgot to update my setup, for God's sake. Anyway, I just have to deal with it, I suppose.
Yeah, could be a problem. Anyway, welcome to you all. We've got no one going out at the moment, it says, but obviously we've got to remember we have this glitch on this game still, where it puts us about 30 seconds ahead of everyone else. There we go, we see Crazy Bill has retired the car.
I suppose I could join you on comms for quali.
Yeah, he can, that's right. There's no other instance. Obviously Monaco last week was a bit crazy, wasn't it? But there's been some driver changes, as you can probably see. Let's take you through them quickly. We've got Shadders in the Red Bull. He's in there permanently now, as well as the League One seat. We've got Ayrton in the Renault. He is now permanent in the Championship as well.
Who was
we have got Rick Dalton today. He's just reserving in the Renault for Wally, who's not turned up. Swanshanks is reserving as well in Racing Point. I think there are only 2 reserves. Oh, and Captain Infinity. So we've got 3 reserves in tonight. And Dylan is also new permanently into McLaren as well. I think that's all the changes we've done. Oh, wait, ALR Vintage, who now runs our League One for us and did it fantastically in the last race. He has now earned himself a permanent seat in the Championship with Williams.
Lovely.
Who's first out on track then? I think it is a Williams. It is
Adam.
Vintage's new teammate of Adam. I think he's actually been teammates with Adam before when he's been reserving for Williams in the Championship.
Yeah, I think he has.
So, familiar surroundings for him. We got Hi Jake from Swanshanks. Good to see Swanshanks again with us. Hopefully he can sort his work out so we can get a permanent seat with us again soon. That'd be great to see. We all want to see him back. Good luck, lad, saying Dylan. Good to have Dylan with us. I see he's got a Liverpool shirt on in his profile picture. That's brilliant to see. Theo saying hello guys, how is everyone? Theo of course has been making our highlights videos this week for us, so highlights of last week's Premier League race will be uploaded tomorrow before the Premier League race. Big thanks to Theo for that. We've got Vintage in the comments saying even again lads, official debut in his permanent seat. Good luck to you, LR Vintage. As we talk about him, his teammate in the Williams now comes across the line to start his lap. And it's going to be a long lap. We're going to go on board with it, the first one. Oh, he's a bit wide there going into turn 1. He lost a couple of attempts. You really want to clip the little apex that dips into the corner, that right side. Now then, Eau Rouge goes up Eau Rouge, clip that left one over the right one, up through Radion, and he does it perfectly. So easy to lose it there. I doubt we'll get through the night without anyone losing it there. Alfa Romeo's up next behind him to do the same thing. It's Theo. He gets through there as well with no problem. Yeah, long straighten, right-hander, bit of oversteer there. He corrects it to the left and back to the right. Be careful not to invalidate. Absolutely love this track, mate. I absolutely love driving here. Again, he's a bit wide there. You really want to be on that right-hand side to not lose much time. As close as you can to 4 wheels off, and then again here as well. He's lost some time, Adam, there, but it's not a particularly slow lap. This is a Giovinazzi area, isn't it? If you clip that, that's perfect from Adam. If you clip that left side apex, you're going to go flying into the wall.
I think Giovinazzi
He's done it twice.
2 times in a row.
He has. I knew you were going to say that. Could have gone a bit wide there, Adam. Be good if you could get 2 wheels off, but this is a tidy lap at least from Adam. Could be enough to get him through. This one here as well, you want to avoid that wall on the left. The amount of time someone's lost their wheel there, their left front. It's a Good lap from Adam.
I had my traction control on Alpha. Oh god.
Flat out left there on the straight. Again, it's looking tight. Deep braking zone in. Down into the bus stop chicane. Clip the right hand side. Wide line, again a bit of oversteer. Corrects that perfectly. Gets a good exit as well. And he comes down, crosses the lines at 1:43.2 for Adam. Let's see how Theo gets on. He's going to be next. Comes through the bus stop chicane. Let's see what... Oh, he's on an outlap. Oh well.
So Renault.
Shadders, there we go. 1:43.4 for Shadders. There's a quality lap from him there. We're about to see a Renault of Ayrton come across the lines at 1:43.9 as well, just behind Adam's time though. We got Haas up next then. I think that's Argentina on a lap then, the championship leader. Flicks to right, flicks to left. Very neat exit as well, very straight. That's really good there about Argentina, and he goes P1 1:43.0. Good to see there. We've got Jake Deslayer coming up next. Had some struggles. Oh no, it's not Jake Deslayer, sorry. That's an Alfa Romeo. Jake Deslayer himself in sector 2 has had some struggles lately in qualifying. We're about to see Mercedes cross the line. It's going to be DJ Jordan. It puts him up to P3. We've then got a McLaren coming across. I think that's Dylan, and he's up to P2. 5 thousandths quicker than
there's a Ferrari.
Compatriot Shadders, and there is a Ferrari. I think that is Jake Deslayer. It is Jake Deslayer facing. He's clipped that left barrier. He's clipped that left barrier, like we said. If you do that, you're going to go into the wall. And he's lucky he's not got any damage from it. So we see Marvsky go up to P2. His qualifying's not been phenomenal lately, but it's pretty good there. FIFA BFM P1, 7 thousandths quicker than Argentina. Quality effort there from him.
7, yeah. I think Theo's on a lap now as well.
Theo is on a lap now as well. Oh, needing it.
I
didn't click on that. I was meant to click on the race. Oh dear.
I
meant to click on invite, so I was going to invite.
Have you quit? Oh, Nelly.
Can you invite me back, please?
Yeah.
Don't know why I did that. I meant to invite Shadders because I only got him. I think I only got him 2 invites. I got everyone else 3 invites. Yeah, invite me back, please.
Yeah, just loading up.
Do apologise. Let's have a look in the comments. And Darren saying McKenny, that's just Nunda's driving lag, lol. Yeah, it is. Apparently, he's been all over the place. McKenny saying. Darren saying, hope you all crash as well. See, Darren's racing tomorrow night with us. Who's retired?
The side's retired.
Who?
He's crashed on Rouge.
Oh dear.
Straight into the barrier. So he'll start in front of me.
Yeah, obviously Crazy Bill's going to be last. Now we've got another retiree as well. Let's get back in the session and have a look then.
Karma.
Here we go, Jake Deslayer then. Not sure what's happened with him, but his poor run of qualifying does continue then. We've got to set up our spectator menu again. Look on the fitted tyres, and Fifth Beefy's done 2 laps on those tyres as well. Him and Argentina should be through. I think the 1:43s could be safe. Rick Dalton, of course, reserving with us today as well. We've got the Bearded Dave on a lap. I think we just missed Theo's lap. It's the only one we missed, up into P6. Bearded Dave then comes through the bus stop chicane. See what type of time he can get on the board. DRS open, and it's only going to be a 2-minute free. I didn't look at the time before, otherwise I'd have known it would have been a slow lap. Extra preparation lap for him maybe. Although the tyres do take a bit of a battering around there, 'cause it is such a long lap. So it's not ideal. He must have made a mistake somewhere.
Only 22 laps on this compared to last week. It was like, what, 40 something?
Yeah, I know. It's a very long track, isn't it? Personally, I think personally a soft medium here is the best strategy if you can manage the tyre wear. I don't think you've actually got anyone else on that apart from Captain Infinity who's just come through. Radion. Only driving a lap then, apart from the Bearded Dave actually, of course, who's just in front of him. You can see he's gone for a 2nd lap in a row, and we've got a yellow flag. It's just for a car going slowly coming out turn 1.
that bus stop chicane and the first corner is so easy to get oversteer.
It is, isn't it? I tend to find lose the rear end coming out the bus stop, and then turn one we see with a lot of drivers just going wide, too wide, and you lose a couple of attempts there. You really want to brake a bit earlier and then clip on that right curb. As FIFA Beefy's improved his time by, I think, 0.036, so he's obviously just going for a bit of practice on those soft tyres. He's not going to be using them again, and Captain Infinity's lucky he didn't invalidate there. He went four wheels off. I've seen cars invalidated.
But it might be the patch notes recently. They might have made a few changes, because I noticed when I was on strict corners practicing, I didn't invalidate as much when I did that.
For the moment, saying I took the corner normal and just went, yeah. Hopefully they've taken away some of the ridiculous corner cuts. Anyway, Captain Infinity then, very tidy lap from him so far.
Really
Comes across the line and it's piece 8 for him. So he's in the mix at the moment. The Bearded Dave did improve just before that. It's a 1:44.6, so I think he's going to have to improve on that if he's to go through. And now we've got some more drivers on laps. We've got Andy Lou, Swanshanks, Nunda and Mackenzie all on laps. Mackenzie's crashed. We just Nunda's left the session. As he crosses the line, he's left the session, but we just went on to Mackenzie as he can't come through sector 2 there, and he was just spinning and hit the wall. Perfect timing for us to see, but and Nunda has left the session. He has got spare invites though. He's definitely got at least 5. Swanshanks invalidate his lap. We now got ALR Vintage on his first lap then. He keeps it together going up over his. There we go, that's always a good start. Andy Lou's aborted his lap. He's invalidated and he's now in the pits.
Fastest sector 1.
It's not.
It looked like it.
It comes up purple, but that's just one of those things that this game's never going to fix.
Yeah.
Good to see we've got 23 people in the stream as well. Good to see. We've got some fast drivers here, definitely. Obviously Argentina's leading the stands at the moment, closely followed by Nunda and Marvsky. And then Julie's in 4th. Jake the Slayer in 5th. Jake the Slayer, he does need to improve the qualifying performance, I think, to be able to promote it, get himself within a chance of promotion again. There we go, we see 4 wheels off there again from Vintage, and it doesn't invalidate for him.
It doesn't invalidate you altogether.
And we see a racing point, a Swanshanks, he's lost it, yeah. Again, it's the same place Jake the Slayer lost it first, clipping that left-hand curb, and it just spins you into the wall. Anyway, let's see what type of time Vintage can do. Argentina's gone quicker, fastest. Second lap. We know Vintage has improved lately, but how much is he going to improve by? And Vintage, when he comes across the line, it's a 1:45.7, so he's only a second off the Bearded Dave. Good effort there for his first lap back in the championship with us. Swanshanks then, obviously not on a lap because of his spin. And then Andy Lou comes straight back
on the lap.
Rick in the pits still, not sure if he's going to come out or not. The last minute reserve, the Premier League driver. He might start from the back. Nunda and Mackenzie still in the pits. Mackenzie crashed and he's now coming back out. I think that was him we just saw in the distance. Must have been because Argentina's in the pits.
This pit entry is so awkward.
And then Nunda could be in trouble here because he's not joined the session yet. He's got plenty of invites. We will quickly send him another one. Nothing's going on in case he didn't get him. It is an awkward. Coming into it, I lose my wings so many times.
Yeah.
And then they're saying it's not an excuse. Yeah, I think he's only winding you up, mate. Nunda, get yourself back in the session, mate. Hopefully, you can get a lap set at least and get through. But this internet problem Nunda has been going on about today could really affect him today. Obviously, he's really in the mix for promotion at the moment. One of the favourites for it to get promoted to the Premier League, but. Could this be a start of a downhill spiral for him? Let's hope not. So Mackenzie is back out then. Yellow flags just for cars going slowly. Still a lot of only 12 cars have got laps set at the moment, so it does prove Nunda has joined back. So obviously people are struggling with spinning, invalidating. Mackenzie's on his out lap. Andy Lou's Now starting his lap, the Maniac has invalidated his lap. So the Bearded Dave and ALR Vintage, even though those times are relatively slow, with less than 4 minutes left in the session, they're 12th and 13th, with 2 cars obviously not in the session, with Jake the Slayer and Crazy Bill, and Andy Lou has made a mistake again. So he's backed out of his lap yet again. Swan Shanks is back out, Nunda's still in the pits, needs to get himself out. McKenty has just started his lap. Only drive on the lap then, I think. Apart from... yeah, he is the only driver on the lap. We'll go on board McKenty then as he goes through over.
And Dylan.
Well, Dylan's on a lap as well, yeah, but he's already through anyway. Dylan up in P4, so we're not too bothered by that. Let's follow McKenty then. What's his first sector time going to be? It's a 30.0, and I think that's really quick. He's looking really neat here, McKenty. Yes, he's really clipping all the apex. He needs to stay tight to that right hand side, and he's done that pretty well there, McKenty. So I think this is where he lost it last time though. And he didn't go flat out round there, although it was pretty quick. I think he did take it a little bit cautiously. Yeah, staying well away from the curve there. Yeah, this is very tidy from McKenty. I think this could be close to the top 2. Close to the right, and then swoop back in on that left hand side. Almost 4 wheels off here. He's not pushed it to the limits. Clip the apex, go over this right hand side. 2 wheels off there. Clip the right apex, clip the left apex. Didn't quite do it there, but still very quick lap from McKenty here. Let's see what he can do then. He's coming down the back straight. Flat out, 200 miles an hour as he goes through that left hander on the straight. Brakes really heavily as he goes down to the bus stop chicane. Clips the right hand curb and the left hand curb. Straightens the car up. Little bit of oversteer. Comes across the line and it is P3. There we go. We said it was looking good. And he is in the top 3. Great lap there from McKenty. It was great to go on board with that. Let's have a look what the rest of the field are doing. Dylan's come into the pits. He invalidated. That was on the same set of tyres, I think. So he's just going back in. Captain Infinity's teammate is in 9th. I think he's just on a slow lap at the moment. Not sure he should be safe there, but with so many yet to set a lap, we don't know. And the Bearded Dave and ALR Vintage all going through at the moment, but they're all on out laps to cover themselves off. Rick is in the pit, so he is going to start from the back. Andy Lou's on a lap, although he has invalidated, so he needs to get back round pretty quickly to get another one on the board, and I think he will. Maniac's invalidated. He's now going to start his final lap fully RS, so he's going to have enough to save up for the whole lap. Swan Shanks has invalidated again as well, and he's going to be... yes, he should get back just in time. He should have enough fuel as well. Nunda's on an out lap there. Nunda is now starting his lap. He just needs to keep it clean, because if he invalidates here, Nunda will be starting last. Man who won, I think, our last 2 races in the championship he's won. And yeah, he is lagging everywhere, as we can see from Nunda. Let's hope that doesn't affect people in the race. Maniac then. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate. We need him to get a lap on the board this time. Andy Lou. He's racing to get back in time to start another lap. He's got 18 seconds. I'm not sure he's going to make it here, Andy Lou. He should just do it. He should just do it here, Andy Lou. Let's see if he does it. Yeah, he's going to just about do it with about 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left when he crosses the line, Andy Lou, so he's lucky. Although he's on 3 lap hold soft, so I'm not sure he's got enough fuel to go to the end. We'll have to see. Although he's taking that first corner absolutely beautifully. Checkered flag's out then. The quality glitch is gone, I think. Captain Infinity's invalidated, so the top 10 is done. You'd think the top 10 will be through safely. Captain Infinity goes on the gravel to get out of the way. We've got Ayrton on that, Bearded Dave on that. Vintage has invalidated, so he's not going to improve anymore. Rick Dalton is out. Andy Lou is on a lap then. The Maniac has invalidated, so the Maniac's not going to get a time set. Swanshanks is backing out. He's not going to get a lap set either. He needs to try and at least set this lap low, because just setting this lap will put him up 3 places. He'll put him ahead of the Maniac, Crazy Bill and Rick, because they've not even set a lap. He's obviously made a mistake, and he's just going to back out to get it across the checkered flag. Nunda comes across the line, And it's P1 for Nundo. Under the pressure, he absolutely went for it. Well done, Nunda. Bit of a delay there because of his internet's been poor today. Great effort there from Nunda. Swanshank still going round and trying to get up P17. Andy Lou then still looking to improve, but Vintage in 14th could be through here. You never know. If Andy Lou and he is through, because Swanshanks can't improve. Vintage is going to be through. Andy Lou is safe. He doesn't know it yet, but Andy Lou, who's pushing it, is going to be safe with a 2-minute 4. Check the Slayer's 2-minute 20 puts him 16th. The Maniac didn't get a lap set. Crazy Bill had a quali ban. He's going to start 18th and not last. Oh no, he might. Yeah, it won't be 18th because Rick Dalton didn't set a lap. Swanshanks is going to set a slow lap, which will put him up to 17th.
Oh, I wanted to start last.
So yeah, it'll be Rick unless Swanshanks invalidates going to the bus stop chicane. Andy Lou did improve his lap and go ahead of Vintage into P14. I'm not sure why Swanshanks is coming in the pits, because if he just crossed the line there to set that lap, he'd have been 17th. I think he needs a race engineer telling him what's going on. So all he had to do there is cross the line. It could have been a 5-minute lap and he'd have got 17th, because we've seen Crazy Bill the quali ban, Rick who's reserving starting from the back, and the Maniac failed to set a lap with all the invalidations. Jake the Slayer crashed. So there we go, and they are the drivers out. ALR Vintage makes it through to Q2. I think it's the first time he's through in Q2 in the championship.
I don't understand why Rick Dalton and Swanshanks are starting behind me.
Because it put you in order of how you came into the lobby, I think. And obviously none of you set a lap. It doesn't go on with what time you retired or not. 27 people watching the race at the moment. Well, watching this qualifying session. Great to see. Hope you're all enjoying it. It's going to be a great battle today. Hopefully Nunda's internet holds out. Although if it does keep kicking in from the session like it has done already, that could put his potential race win in jeopardy. If so, look at the drivers up near him as well. Like Argentina, the championship leader, FIFA Beefy, who's on fantastic form. Won his first 2 races with us, although hasn't won in the last few weeks. Mackenzie's always up there when he races. Marvsky's third in the standings as well. And we got our new drivers, Dylan and Shadders as well. Dylan got a podium in Monaco last week on his first race with us in the championship. Bearded Dave got through in P8 in the end there. It's a great lap there from Bearded Dave, who got some big points for him. He got 4 points last week in Monaco, which lifted him out of the relegation zone. We then got Theo there as well in P9, who's yet to score a point with us. He'll be hoping for that today. And this is race 14 now, so after this race we're about the 2/3 stage of the season. So drivers that have got little amount of points will be looking now to try and get points on the board, because if they don't in the next couple of races, they'll then come into the last 5 races or so and they'll be under big pressure. And the same towards the top. Argentina's not getting promoted because he cannot make the Saturday race for the Premier League. So as it stands, it's going to be, I think, Nunda, Marvsky and Julie going through. But if they have a couple of races where they fail to pick up points, which has happened with those drivers. Mercedes didn't score any points last week and they're 3rd and 4th in the standings. If that happens again, another driver is going to have the opportunity to close it up. It's still all to play for at the moment. Have a quick look into the comments then. For one moment saying, how am I still P16? Yeah, we had, like we said, we had a quali ban. We had someone, Rick's not taking part in quali. He's going to start from the back. Vintage saying it's his first Q2 with us. So yeah, well done Vintage. I know people might say a few of us didn't set a lap, but Vintage got the lap set. And it was better than what a couple of them set as well. Niall saying well done Vintage. And so is Darren. Here we go then, Q2. We're going to see a lot go on the mediums here. Like I said, a soft medium is my preferred strategy here, although it does take a lot of hard management with tyre wear. And I did have a safety car in the race I did that with this week to help me through it, and still struggled with tyre wear. So it is going to be really difficult to do that. We have got 7 out on the softs. I think if you go in soft hard here, you're going to be safe for tyre wear, but at the same time you're going to lose time to those doing soft medium or medium soft. medium hard here just is not an option. If you want to play it absolutely safe with your tyre strategy and go medium hard, then that's understandable, but you're going to lose so much time if you're doing that. Hard tyre, this isn't the place you really want hard tyres either, with so many high speed corners. Once they've done a few laps on hard tyres, high speed corners become really difficult to keep the grip. As we see both Mercedes in the shot there, they're both on their out laps. Oh, nearly everyone's out. There's actually people about to cross the line. I think that's Theo's about to start his lap. No, it's not. Got it wrong. Andy Lewis starting his lap. He's on the soft tyres. Got through to Q3 a couple of times I think this season after 13 races. Got a bit of a queue going on there. Spaced out, but a lot of drivers keen to get a lap on the board early, and I think after seeing so many drivers invalidate laps. Oh, as we see a Red Bull. Who's that? Shadows. No, who's that? It's an AlphaTauri. The bearded Dave, he's spun it. He's got wing damage. Coming out of turn 1. Was it coming out of the pits? No, he's not on an out lap, so it was coming out of turn 1. Andy Lewis left the session. Oh, he was on a lap as well. And most of his wing's gone there, the bearded Dave. Not sure what's happened there to him. Anyway, I think it's a Red Bull now, a FIFA Beefy, who's first on a lap. It is. Left-hander, then don't clip that curb. FIFA Beefy, he knows what he's doing. He's definitely a contender for pole position here. He's going on the softs though. Oh, he struggled there. He's not invalidated. But yeah, he clipped that left curb too much, and then it almost put it into a spin, and then it put him too far over on that right side. Nearly went in the gravel there. Should still be a competitive enough time though from FIFA Beefy. We know the pace he's got, especially being on these soft tyres. I'd still expect this to be a time that put him through. However, I'm not too sure actually. No, I don't think it is going to be. No, it's not. Definitely not a time that's going to get him through. However, we've seen FIFA Beefy do this before. He set a slow time on the softs and then improved on it with the mediums. So I think that's something he might try and do again, as we're going to see. Next up is going to be his teammate in the Red Bull, Shadders, on the mediums. A 1:43.8 is a good time there from him, as we're about to see a Williams cross the line next. That's going to be Adam. No, it's not. It's going to be ALR Vintage. No, it's not ALR Vintage either. He must have just been starting a lap. DJ Jawley, 1:43.4, takes P1. Let's have a look at Marvsky. What can he do? He's on the mediums though, presumably slow. It's P3 of 1:44.0, so he's slower than Shadows on the mediums. That could be the difference between him getting through or not. And Adam hits the wall as he comes in the pits. It's a difficult pit entry, as Crazy Bill's already mentioned, and he's showing it there. If you could get Andy Lewis an invite, that'd be good. People should have 3 or 4, but if you just go on Race Direct, then you can click on View Profile and add him. As Theo goes through the bus stop, very neat and tidy through there from Theo. DRS open, he's on mediums as well. It's a 1:43.9. Wow, Theo's quicker than Marvsky. Theo's got no points in the standings. Is quicker than the man that's third in the standings in qualifying. Theo has had some good pace in qualifying. It just goes wrong for him in the race. But he's not. I think he usually just goes for the softs. So he's trying something different here. Will it pay off? As we get a yellow flag for us. Mercedes going slow, getting out of the way through sector 2. We're about to see the Red Bulls. They won't come across the line. They'll come in the pits as they've already set their laps. Not sure who's next on a lap. I think it might be ALR Vintage. And he's invalidated again, unfortunately. So I think he's going to come in now as he's out of fuel. 2 laps there. He's had to go out and failed to set a time at the moment. We know it's difficult round here though. I think the Haas driver is going to be up next. Only out laps from both though. They're pretty close to each other. We then got Theo, who's on an in lap. We then got a Renault. Andy Lewis joined back. It's good to see. Of Ayrton, there we go. As he now starts sector 2. We'll go on board with Ayrton on his championship debut. Actually, I think he might have reserved. Don't know if he reserved the race in the Premier League or this league.
He reserved last week, didn't he?
Oh, he reserved last week. There we go. into the right-hander then. Clips the left curb, clips the right, doesn't clip the right side, clips that left hand side low. Theo getting out of the way. Does he go flat out round here? Most drivers tend to. Here we go. Yeah, he's at 200 miles an hour still. Drops 1 or 2 miles an hour, but not backing out at all as he goes through the bus stop chicane. I think this is going to be a pretty tidy lap for Merton. He gets the DRS open, he comes across the line. It's a 1:43.9. So he's on the softs, but he's slower than Shadows on the mediums there for Merton. So as we see, who was that? Did someone just improve? I didn't see. It was Nunda. There we go then. Nunda on the mediums does a 1:43.3. Incredible lap there from Nunda. Not sure what he's trying to do here though, Nunda. Is he getting out of the way of Andy Lou? Yes, he is. That's not him driving erratically. Well, that's for you to have a guess on, but this is just his internet, and I hope it doesn't affect the race, obviously, with people racing around him. We've then got Captain Infinity starting a lap as well. We've got Dylan on his out lap, about to start a lap. We're going to go aboard with the Haas guys then. McKenty's going to be first up. We've got Bearded Dave in front of him on an out lap. We've also got Vintage on an out lap in front of him as well. Might be Adam actually. It is Adam. Vintage is further back. First Haas guy up then is McKenty. Oh, he's clipped that right curve. He's got to be careful there. It's lucky. Sometimes that can throw you into the right side of the barrier. It's going well here, McKenty though. On the medium tyres, you'd expect McKenty in Argentina to get through to the top 10 on the mediums. Two of our quickest drivers, definitely. The Haas team do have an incredible season. With Leeds 2 in the Championship, we're at Siege in the Premier League as well, and Jay Story there. So McKenty crosses it as P1. McKenty's quicker than Nunda. Wow, McKenty's quicker than Nunda. Argentina's sliding a bit, comes out the final corner, he crosses the line. It's only P4. 4/10 slower than the top two on the mediums then. We did see him slide a bit coming out of the bus stop chicane, but I'm sure he lost time somewhere else. So McKenty and Nunda then, fantastic laps there. McKenty as well, we did not expect that from him. We expected him to be quick, but not that quick. Real contender then for the race and pole position today, McKenty. Who's next up then? We've got FIFA Beef. He has gone to the mediums on an out lap, and we've just seen, there we go, Captain Infinity up to P7 on the softs. So he's the slowest of the soft runners. Only had 3 on the softs, so although we have got Adam and Andy Lou on laps on the softs as well, as Adam's doing really well there as he comes through the Giovinazzi corner, as we'll call it. Clips the right side. It's looking really tidy and really quick this from Adam. Takes a wide line, swoops back in, takes a wide line. Dylan goes fastest on the softs, 1:43.0. Good lap there from Dylan and McLaren. I think we've actually got, is it the Bearded Dave? Yes, he's invalidated. He went on the mediums there. So we'll stay on board with Adams. We see Andy Lou on the lap there going through sector 2. Bus stop chicane in for Adam. Clips the right hand, takes a wide line. That's a really good line. He's taken there, although he slid a little bit coming onto the straight. Shouldn't have cost him too much. Adam crosses the line. It's P5. Great up there for Adam. So some of the middle of the pack drivers, such as Adam, going on the softs and setting a fantastic lap, has actually pushed Argentina on the mediums down. So Argentina might have to improve on that or go to the softs. Really good lap there from Adam. He's very close to DJ Julie there as well on the softs. So Adam's definitely got some pace here. He's definitely one to watch out for today. Alfa Romeo then, Andy Lou. Oh, he's gone wide and invalidated there. Oh, he's on for setting a good lap there, and he invalidates it in a place where that's quite strange to invalidate. I think he might be feeling the pressure there, Andy Lou. We've got Vintage on a lap as well. He's kept it clean. He's not invalidated. He's going through the same bit Andy Lou just did. He keeps it on the track. Yeah, I mean, look how easy it was to keep it on the track. That's where Andy Lou lost it. Such a shame to see there. Vintage then, as he comes through bus stop onto the pit straight, opens the DRS, and I think it's about a second slower than his lap in Q1, so he might be disappointed with that. Vintage, he might have to go again. Not sure if he made a mistake somewhere on his lap. Andy Lou and the Bearded Dave going out at the moment, yet to set a lap. Only 3.5 minutes left in the session. Vintage going to have to set something better as well. Malski down in P12, a 1:44.0. Only a second separates the top 12. We've seen Marvsky do this before though, and he's happy to go out in Q2 and start on the mediums, and he's picked up a lot of points from doing that, and a lot of driver days as well from the game anyway. So don't be surprised if Marvsky stays there. Theo then on an out lap, he's in P11 at the moment. He's very, very close though to Ayrton and Captain Infinity. All three of those drivers gone on the soft. Actually, I'm on fitted, aren't I? Yes, I am. There we go then, because Theo did set his first lap on the mediums. And that obviously hasn't paid off, because as it stands he's going to be going out. But going on the soft for Theo, I'd expect him to pick up at least a good few temps here and propel himself up the field. Argentina in P7 with Theo going to the and Shadders in 8th as well after such a good lap. Argentina and Shadders could be in danger there on the mediums. With Ayrton going to go again, I'm sure. Captain Infinity's going to go again, I'm sure, as we flick to him. He's coming out the pits. Theo going again. Hey, Vintage. Oh, I think this could be it for Vintage. He's not going to get in the pits and get out in time. And he doesn't look like he's going to start another lap now on these tyres. Although, like we say, we do think we are about 30 seconds ahead of all the drivers. If there's any drivers in the chat that could tell me what the time is saying, if anyone in the pits, like the top 8 are, if they could tell us what the time is saying on their screen, that'd be great. FIFA Beefy's retired, he's in the pits though. Bearded Dave's on an out lap then. Not sure Vintage is going to get out in time then. But if we are about 40 odd seconds behind, he might have time to. Bearded Dave then come to start his lap. Andy Lou's also on an out lap then and have plenty of time to get round. Theo is on his lap then, and Argentina, Ayrton and Captain Infinity, they've just gone out for their out laps as well. We'll stand board with Theo.
Right.
Theo's going quick. Let's see what the time break is going to be. How much quicker is it going to be than his first lap as he comes out of sector 2 in a couple of seconds. About now. It is a he's only 7 tenths up here, Theo. He just needs to keep it together, and he could go right to the top here, Theo, if he has a great sector 3. He just needs to keep it clean and he'll be through, Theo. He just needs a couple more corners, bus stop chicane, and a good exit, and he'll be done. Oh, he's a bit late on the brakes there. I think that could be the P1 gone there for Theo. But he's still going to be enough to get him through, I'm sure. Theo crosses the line, it's P3, yeah. He braked late there, going down into the bus stop. And I think if he didn't, it'd have been alright. Captain Infinity now starts his lap. Theo safety through. Argentina down in 8th and pressure on him. Shad is staying in the pits there in 9th. He's gambling it on those mediums. And then as we said, Marvsky is staying in the pits. Vintage is in the pits, so he's out, unfortunately. Bearded Dave and Andy Lou both on laps on the softs. They need to improve. Argentina's about to start his lap. Is he going to make it in time? Oh, he's just going to do it, isn't he? He does it with 1 second left on the clock. He does a Lewis Hamilton there in Russia. Ayrton and Captain Infinity, and both on laps. Ayrton's up on his previous time. Bearded Dave, and he's coming through bus stop. He's now onto the straight. He crosses the line, and it's P9. The Bearded Dave goes ahead of Shadders. Who expected that? I did not expect that. Great effort there from the Bearded Dave. He's going to start. If he doesn't get through, at least he's going to be starting 11th or 12th. Who's next up there? It's going to be Andy Lou, I think. Andy Lewis, hope he doesn't invalidate this time. He was looking quick last time, but he invalidated it on the straight where he just went wide. He needs to pick his racing line. Not sure he's got the racing line assist on. I personally do. I think it's definitely one to have. Always, and there we go. Yeah, he leaves it really late there before he turns in. That's obviously how he lost it last time. Oh, bit late braking going in the bus stop from Andy Lou. That could cost him again. But he's now got his DRS open. He comes across the line, and it's P8 for Andy Lou. Shadders is out then. Shadders is out. Ayrton's about to come across the line. It's 9th for Ayrton, so the Bearded Dave doesn't make it through, unfortunately. Captain Infinity is up. He is up, and if Argentina doesn't improve, he could be out. Captain Infinity then. So Ayrton's now in danger. Andy Lou is safe and above. Captain Infinity comes across the line. It's P4. Fantastic lap there from Captain Infinity under pressure. So at the moment, Argentina P11. He's 7 tenths up. I'm sure he's not going to invalidate from here. I'm sure he's going to be safe. And Ayrton's going to be the one going out then. He's left it late though. The only driver left to set a lap Argentina then, he's going to do it, I'm pretty sure, unless he's lost a lot of time there. Argentina up to P1, there we go. And we can move. Wow, it normally leaves us waiting for about 2 minutes. I suppose that's because the quality glitch is gone. There we go, that'll help you. FIFA Beefy, who's got another league race after, saves you about 2 minutes. There we go, then we'll go straight onto it. Talking of FIFA Beefy, him, McKenty and Nunda will all be starting the mediums. Oh, we missed that from FIFA Beefy, that lap he set on the mediums. You haven't mentioned that, but it was 2.5 tenths quicker than McKenty's and Nunda's. Andy Lou then gets through. Great lap we saw from him in the end. He left it late. Adam then we mentioned earlier, great lap from him. Vintage going out, unfortunately he couldn't get the time together in Q2 like he did in Q1. Marvsky's going to start in 14th, Shadders 13th, and the Bearded Dave, great effort from him in 12th, and Ayrton unfortunately just misses out, but it's a good place to start. P11, fresh tyres and free tyre choice. We go on to Q3 then. McKenty looking favourite for me, saying Darren. He's looking strong, isn't he? He's looking very strong. I mean, there's a good few here. Who's got? We've got Beefy. He's got pole position before. We've got Argentina, Nunda. As Darren saying, McKenty's looking really strong as well. Of course, DJ Jawley as well. He's looking really good for it as well. I think he had pole position not so long ago, didn't he? Did he have pole in Monaco? I can't remember. My memory's like a fish. Terrible. Even still, let's not rule out any of the other guys, because all it takes is 2 bad laps to invalidate, and that could be it. So it really is anyone's here. Captain Infinity, Premier League driver. Not sure if it's going to be the first time someone's done this, but actually racing all 3 races of the weekend. Maybe Bradfield's done it before, but he reserved with us in League 1, he's reserving with us now. So we've got 2 McLarens, we've got 2 Alfa Romeos, we've got 2 Haas drivers, and then we've got 1 each of a Williams, Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari. I always like looking at what teams we've got through. Never had it yet. I think we've had it where we've had 9 different constructors in Q3. Only 1 with 2 cars. We've never had it where it's only 5 constructors. We've had 2 of 5 teams. It's always good to look at. I like having a look at that.
Alright.
Darren saying he thinks Crazy Wheel's back. Darren saying he thinks McKenty, Beefy, Jawley. Oh, so he doesn't think Nunda or Argentina in the top 3. The 2 top in our standings. But of course, that's still a good prediction there from Darren. Such a good prediction. He's typed the message twice. Is Nunda still lagging? That's pretty hard to tell when you're in the pits, Nunda. Anyway, we're going to go on board
says there's
with
rain
McKenty.
for DJ Jawley.
He says what?
Says there's rain for DJ Jawley coming.
Oh dear.
Q3. Heavy rain causing wet track conditions.
Well, we'll believe that when we see it. Speed's getting better on Nunda's end. Let's hope he's not lagging. Obviously, when he comes out on the track, we can have a look. We're on board with McKenty here, though. Don't think starting soft gets you an advantage here, saying Darren quite early as we backtrack in the comments. We missed a lot, and I totally agree. I'd definitely go for medium soft here.
Or soft medium.
Oh, I wouldn't start on the softs personally. I'd much rather medium soft. I was lucky with my race on Monday. That's the strategy I went. Oh, he's invalidated there, McKenty. Definitely, yeah. Darren has put the pressure on him, hasn't he? And he's invalidated there. So we're going to go to his teammate Argentina then. McKenty, turn the stream off, mate, because they're obviously putting too much pressure on you. It's a tactic of your opponents trying to get their constructor to score more points. Argentina then, he's looking neat and tidy. He's got his teammate up in front. Will McKenty helping as they go down the back straight in about 25 seconds or so, and give him a bit of a tow. I know they are battling each other pole position, absolutely. Will he do the Bottas to Hamilton? I'm not sure he will. He's speeding off into the distance. He's not going to give him a slipstream at all, is he? Or is he slowing down a bit? No, he's not. He could have gained his teammate a couple of attempts there if he slowed down. And there we go. He does get well out of the way though for his teammate. Argentina coming through bus stop then. Let's see what Argentina can do. He's a little bit of wheel spins. He comes on the straight, crosses the line. It's a 1:42.7. That's a fantastic time. Not sure if that's the quickest we've seen yet. Captain Infinity has invalidated. He's coming to the pits. Next up's his teammate. It's Dylan, who's just a few seconds. No, it's not as a Red Bull actually. It's Beefy. Sorry, I missed out Beefy. He comes across. It's a 1:42.5 there from Beefy. There we go. Fantastic that from Beefy. Dylan's up next then. What can Dylan do? He comes across the line. It's a 1:43.0. He's only half a second off P1. Great effort there from Adams on an outlap. He's going to be up next. We've then got the Alfa Romeo of Andy Liu, who has invalidated his lap. Actually, Theo's in front of Andy Liu. His teammate.
Numbers all over the place.
Let's have a look at Theo and Crazy Bill saying Nunes all over the place. That's not good to see us. That's got to clear up for the race. Theo then, let's see what he can do. He's about to come across the line. Theo does a 1:43.6. That's a good few. And Nunes left the session. So he's about to finish his lap and he's now been forced into the pits, Nunda, because he's left the session. If you could get him another invite, please, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, so only 4 cars are set laps then. DJ Geordie's invalidated. Adam is now on a lap. Andy Liu invalidated. Nunda got sent to the pits. McKenty invalidated. Captain Infinity invalidated. And there we go then. So let's have a look at Darren's prediction. Again, he said McKenty, Beefy, Julie. At the moment, the Beefy one's looking pretty good, because he is in P1 at the moment. Mind you, Theo's P4, even though that's last at the moment, really, because no one else has set a lap. DJ Julie, is he going again? He's saved up and he's going to go for another lap, DJ Julie. I'm not sure if that was actually just his out lap that he invalidated, but DJ Julie's going again. Here we go then. No, he did have a lap on that set of tyres. Late on the brakes. Down into turn 1, that could be a disadvantage of having an extra lap of tyre wear on those tyres. Let's see how he goes. Up through Eau Rouge. Yeah, he keeps it together pretty well, and the clouds are coming over. It's getting pretty cloudy, so these drivers might want to get these times set pretty quickly.
I don't think it'll rain during this, but if it rains during the race, then just...
I'm not sure what the weather forecast is for the race. Oh, he's close to validating there. Nearly went 4 wheels off DJ Geordie. He definitely would have gained time from doing that. So it's fantastic there. Gutsy from him. Although he's then probably lost that time. We're going a bit wide. Down to the next turn. Oh, he nearly went 4 wheels off there. But again, he's pushing it to the limits. He's really pushing it to the limits there, DJ Geordie. Fantastic effort. This is from him. McKenty is on an out lap. Oh, we missed a lap. We missed Adam's lap. Adam went up to P3. Great lap there from Adam. I was keeping my eyes on that and I just forgot about it. Oh, again there, DJ Geordie. Fantastic. Pushing it to the limits. This could be a great lap here. I really hope it's a good lap as Nunda's joined back. And I don't mean that to favour anyone in any way, but he's really pushed it to the limits there. That's great to see. He's really going for it. Not saying everybody else doesn't, but I've not seen a lap in qualifying so far today that's been pushed to the limits as much as this. Come on then, DJ Geordie. What can he do as he comes through bus stop? I think it's looking good. He's opened his DRS, he crosses the line. It's a 1:42.9. He puts him up to P3. I think that's the quickest lap he has done today, DJ Geordie. Great effort there from him. Woods is in the comments saying... I'm not going to read that out actually. McKenty on a lap then. In sector 2. We've got Andy Liu on an out lap.
Captain Infinity on a lap. He's invalidated though.
Oh, he has invalidated yet. So we've got 5 drivers in the pits, 2 on an in lap, 1 on an out lap, 1 invalidated, and then McKenty the only driver on a lap at the moment. Clips this right hander then. Now the left hander. Stream's frozen for me, not sure if it has for you.
Nah, it's alright for me.
McKenty then. Can this be the lap that Darren's predicted him to do and put him on pole position? Let's have a look. Goes through the bus stop chicane then. What can he do? Straightens it up again, a little bit slidey. This is going to be good for McKenty. It's P1 for McKenty. Darren, great prediction. It's not all over yet though. Beefy in Argentina, I'm sure will still go again. 1:42.2, that's an incredible lap. Wonder if anyone can get us in the 141s here today. Is the stream still going for you?
Let's have a look, mate. I haven't been watching it.
I thought you said it's still alright for you.
No, I didn't say that. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's still going.
It's the internet on my phone for some reason.
I think you should turn your stream off, mate, because when
It's on my data. It's using my data. It's not my internet.
Oh.
Anyway, Captain Infinity. He is going for another lap. Andy Lou's on a lap as well. There we go. I switched to my Wi-Fi. Now it's working. Crazy. So yeah, prediction is close at the moment. Yeah, it definitely is. McKenty, Beefy in Argentina at the moment, and Julie in 4th. And Julie's time was obviously on 2-lap old tyres as well, so Darren could be right with this prediction.
Captain Infinity pushing to the limits.
Linda's just started a lap by the way, so if he can get a lap set he might change that order, or Andy Lou, bit of correction there for some oversteer, and he crosses the line. It's P7 for Andy Lou. He gets ahead of his teammate Theo, who's in P8, and I think he's now come out the pits.
The 2 Alfa Romeos in Q3.
I know, it's good to see from him. I think they have done it before though. It's always a race where they fall off though. And Nunda, we just look, he's going side to side and all over the place. Hopefully this doesn't happen in the race. If it does go on for too long, it's affecting drivers too much. We may have to ask him just to leave. I know he'd hate to do that. McKenty's retired in the pits. He's just come in the pits. He knows he's not got enough time to set another lap. Obviously this is unraceable for some drivers. You can't race like this. It will just cause collisions. It's not Nunda's fault, I know. At the same time, it's not fair on the other 19 drivers to put up with this. We're about to see Captain Infinity cross the line. He goes up to P8. So Alfa Romeo and McLaren all running next to each other at the moment. Everyone's going to get across the line to start their lap, apart from start another lap. Although Theo is in the pits, so Theo's not going again.
If you listen to Nunda's gear.
It's just all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm sure Nunda's watching the stream, but obviously, if this happens in the race, we just have to obviously leave it, because it's not fair on other drivers. I know it's not your fault, mate, but let's see what Nunda can do anyway. Hopefully, he can get this lap set, and hopefully it can fix itself. We have got up. Everyone is on a lap. Everyone's on a lap then.
Nunda!
Oh, it's P1. Nunda P1. Wow.
That's hoping.
That was a quick 142, so it's 10th to McKenty. So there we go, it's your prediction out the window then. Just to Darren, because McKenty can't improve on that as he's in the pits. Next up then, DJ Julie just on his out lap. Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? We've seen Argentina get a close shave. He's going to do it. He is going to do it. Will it be on 1 second? Yes, it will. He crosses the line in 1 second there. Perfect timing there. And Theo is going to start in 10th then. Theo's going to start in 10th. Andy Lou, his teammate, is on a slow lap, so Andy Lou isn't going to improve on that. Captain Infinity's not going to improve on that P9 either, because he's invalidated. Dylan in P7, and he's down on his time. We're going to go on board with Adam then. Adam's a 10th and a half up. Looking good for him. Adam could be on for his best ever start if he keeps this going. He could even get up to P4 here if he has a great sector 3. Well, he's out of all his ERS already, and he brakes really late going to bus stop. I think he might have blown it there. I don't think he's going to improve by too much. If he does improve at all, Adam, he does improve enough to get up to P5. Well done to Adam there. DJ Jawley, who's down on sector 1. He could have pipped it there, although DJ Jawley, we just seen him do some fantastic corners there. About to see FIFA Beefy cross the line. What can he do? It's third. He's improved by 2.5 tenths, but it's not enough to improve his position. It's only third there. Argentina's come in the pits as well. Argentina and only P4, so we've only got Dylan and DJ Jawley left. Let's have a look at Dylan then.
DJ
P4 up for grabs. P4 up for grabs for Dylan, definitely. But the top 4 is not going to change unless Dylan or DJ Jawley can change something. Dylan then comes across the line, and it's P5. He just knocks Adam down, just about a tenth of Argentina. DJ Jawley's 3 tenths down then, so I don't think he's going to be improving here unless he has an absolute stonker of the final sector. It doesn't look like he's going to, and he's coming in the pits, so there we go then. Nunda has got pole position. Great effort there from Nunda despite all his lagging. McKenty then in P2, Darren Raid in favourite for pole position. Still fantastic effort from McKenty. FIFA Beefy in third. A bit of a gap down to Argentina in fourth. We didn't see his final lap, but he must have either invalidated or had a problem there. Dylan in P5 is a great effort there from him. As in P6, I'm not sure if it's his highest ever start with us, but it's a great effort there. I know he's been out in Q3 and Q2 a couple of times. It's a really good effort there. DJ Julian 7th. Andy Lewin 8th, Captain Infinity 9th, and Theo only went for one lap. He didn't go for a second lap. Not sure if he fell asleep or what, but Theo starting P10. Great qualifying, that was a quick dip into the comments then. We see Darren saying outside better if clears traffic, yeah. Vinny saying, no, we've been through that. Linda's car is on drugs, saying Swanshanks, yeah. Definitely, very erotic. Jake saying, Ninja about to start lagging so much, it's not even fun. No, it's not at all. Obviously, if there's a problem with it, we'll have to ask Ninja to leave, as we've just said. Adam saying Purple 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm not sure if the purple sector thing really works. Oh, we've got 5 Brits in this session, and they're the bottom 5. It's the Irish dominating, and then Ninja and FIFA Beefy as well. Not sure if I'm not sure if they're all actually the nation that they're from on there. No, I was saying Nunda, please don't lag too much at the start. Yeah, obviously we're gonna have to have a look. Zach saying took too much life on his tyres on the outlap to make the line. Absolutely, yeah. It was just the same as having those, like his first run he had to set his lap on 2 lap old tyres because he invalidated the first run, and because he went again, he then unfortunately only had time to do a really. Only had time left, so we had to do a really quick outlap. We're going to let these drivers then choose their race strategies, and then we go for the formation lap. Good luck, guys, saying Darren. I think there's going to be some drivers that definitely need it here. You definitely need a bit of luck in Belgium.
Oh, look at the clouds.
It is cloudy. I'm not sure what the weather forecast is, though.
Doesn't say anything. Well, I actually didn't look.
I just hope it doesn't glitch out. Again, it seems to be every Friday night at the moment. There's issues.
Am I at the back? I think I am at the back.
I think you're 19th.
Who's behind me? Rick Dalton.
No, why is there lights? Oh, I thought it was gonna do no formation that then. It got me already like the race was about to start. I was going to say, don't you dare do that to me. Just as I was saying, the servers haven't been too great tonight. Anyway, then you can see the order. It's Swanshanks at the back. Racing Point 18th from 20th, not been great for them. Cryptic Alibi not racing with us today, unfortunately. It might be the first, maybe only a second race he's missed. Rick Dalton 19th, then reserve in the Renault. He's got nothing to lose. He's just going to keep it clean, hopefully, and see how many places he can make up. Great racing from the Premier League, Rick Dalton, so I'm sure he'll be able to get up into the points. Crazy Bill, who joins us on the commentary team in 18th, the Maniac in 17th, Shake the Slayer 16th. Crashed out in Q1, didn't set a competitive lap, but still managed 16th, and that could really be the difference between him getting some decent points here and not. Vintage in 15th then, good effort from him on his first race back with us. Marvsky in 14th, very used to starting down around this area and picking up some decent points here. Marvsky, anything can happen, definitely one to watch out for. Starting on hard tyres I think as well. I've not even set up my telemetry yet. There we go, that's better then. As we can see, he is the only one starting the hard, so that's committing to a hard soft strategy there for Marvsky, definitely. Top 10, as we said, 3 of them are going to be on the mediums, and the 3 that got through on mediums in Q2 are the 3 that's starting in the top 3. So there we go, that should have been your clue, there, Darren, to the 3 that were going to be quickest, because there was the quickest 3 in Q2 on the mediums. Argentina in 4th, and it's definitely one to watch out for at the beginning, because on those soft tyres he's going to need to get past, or at least challenge the top 3 if he's to have a chance of winning the race. And then as we look down to the bottom 10, Ayrton starting on the softs as well in P11. Fresh softs though, of course, for him, because he's outside the top 10. Wow, that's a quick formation lap. We've got
Don't
Marvsky
forget
in
to put your
14th,
recording on.
slowing
I don't
everyone
know
else
who's this
down.
Mercedes holding up everyone.
Yeah, Marvsky, it's a clever idea there for Marvsky. He's more than entitled to do so because it's been a super quick formation lap, and the guys at the front, their tyres are gonna get cold. He's not going ridiculously slow, so that's absolutely fine. He's going the normal speed of a formation lap. Everyone else in front has just gone absolutely flying round as if it was a quali lap. They're going to get all cold tyres in, and the guys at the back will be laughing. Clever tactic there from Marvsky. There we go, told you to be laughing. Crazy Bill and Swanshanks, so both racing points also on the softs. Everyone else in the bottom 10 on the mediums, apart from Marv in 14th on the hards. And that brings us to the race start then. Let's get ready for this. This is going to be a cracking race. It's Spa, it always is. We just wait for the last couple to join up to the back of the grid, and then we are a go. Don't know why we always get yellow flags at the start of the race. Oh, there we go, green flags now, brilliant. Are we going to start this race? Here we go, and we've got lights, we've got 3, we've got 4, we've got 5 lights. And lights out, and away we go then. We've actually got a start, no delay. It says Jake Deslay's in the lead, but we know it's not true. Nunda goes to the inside, is he going to cover off? And he's glitching everywhere, Nunda's glitching everywhere. McKenty gets past him. I'm not sure what's happened to Nunda, not sure where he's gone, but McKenty leads there. And FIFA Beefy second, and Nunda's falling down. Nunda's crashed, he has crashed, and again it's that dodgy internet for him, but it says Jake Deslay leads. We know he doesn't. McKenty leads, and Dylan's getting past Adam. Adam's not lost it, he's just lost a bit of time. Everyone gets through safely. Unbelievable. Guys, that is incredible. I've never seen a league race where all 20 cars have made it through Eau Rouge without crashing. Incredible, guys. Really happy with that. So McKenty takes the lead of this race. FIFA Beefy in second, Argentina in third, Dylan fourth, DJ in fifth, Captain Infinity up to sixth. Great start there from him. Adam seventh, Theo up to eighth, Andy Lou ninth, and Jake Deslay is up into 12th. He's fighting for P11 though, and he goes around the outside. Oh, what a move from Jake Deslay. What a move. We've got DJ Geordie's already got a 3-second time penalty. Oh dear, there Theo gets past Adam in head. That could be a contender for overtaking the season from Jake Deslay. He's made 5 places on the first lap. Brilliant effort there from him. Bearded Dave's up in 10th as we missed out. Nunda is making his way back through the field. He's fighting with Rick Dalton.
Sugar!
Oh,
big
Ayrton's who's lost it there? It's Ayrton. I think Ayrton and Jake Deslay are crashed.
Nunda.
It's Jake Deslay. It's not Nunda. Jake Deslay. He's down to last, and I think he collided with Ayrton. He must have done, because Ayrton's been falling down as well, and I think he's got wing damage. Such a shame. We're just saying for Jake Deslay maybe overtake the season nomination for overtaking Ayrton. Ayrton obviously had something to say about it, and then they've obviously collided. As Crazy Bill's fighting with Nunda, and Nunda is just lagging everywhere. He's fighting down the back. He's lost a place. It says Theo's up into P2 here, which he absolutely is not in P2. He wishes. Again, it's just these servers messing up, and Ayrton is in the pits then. Jake the Slayer, he's just spun it though. He's not got any damage, which is good to see, so he's going to hopefully join back up. Such a shame after such a good first lap. But again, just got to reiterate that point. I've never seen a league race, and Nunda and Rick Dalton again, two of the quickest drivers in the league, fighting for P14, and Rick Dalton under pressure from the Maniac now as well, as Theo goes back to his normal position. And the Maniac's getting past Rick Dalton too. Good move there from the Maniac. Adam's getting past the Billy Dave for P9. Adam's lost a couple of positions there side by side. Oh, this is great racing. Let's go on board with Adam, and the Billy Dave's going to go down the inside. Let's go on board with him. And Adam concedes the place. Great defending there from the Billy Dave. There's a gap then between the top 6. The McLarens have had a great start then. Captain Infinity particularly up to P5. Let's have a quick look at the position change then. 4 positions gained for Captain Infinity. All the top guys have gained positions because of Nunda losing 13 positions. We can see the McLarens then might be getting interested in fighting each other, and we see DJ Julie held it together there. He saved it there. Unbelievable saving him there. He really started to lose it. He's already got 3 seconds of penalty, so he's struggling, DJ Julie, on those soft tyres. Andy Lou in 8th, then Theo's going 3 positions up to 7th. The Billy Dave's going 3 positions up into P9. Adam has lost 4 positions, unfortunately, as Marcy gets a 3-second penalty. Shadow's up to 11th. Crazy Bill's had a great start, he's up to P6. Marcy's only gained 1 place to 13th. He's got Nunda and
I'm
Rick
in
Dalton breathing
P12,
down the back
mate.
of his neck as Rick Dalton gets back past the Maniac. Swanshank 17th going a few places. Jake the Slayer in 18th, who has had a spin as McKenty says the fastest lap. Vintage has lost a few places and Ayrton is down to last and he's running quite far back as he's had to pit for wing damage. There we go then, after 3 laps. That is what we've got so far. McKenty leads the race then. He's really, I don't think he's won a race with us before, but he is going to be under pressure from FIFA Beefy, and Argentina's really catching up to FIFA Beefy as he's got DRS now as well. FIFA Beefy's going to have DRS, we have a bit of a DRS train as well, but Argentina on those soft tyres will really want to get these moves done quickly. He has got over a second to his teammate Dylan, not his teammate Dylan, sorry, the McLaren of Dylan, as the Billy Dave and Adam are fighting again, and I think Adam's going to not concede, but back out the move. And we've got McLaren's fighting for 4th and 5th. With McLaren have had a 4-5 finish, I think, with Gunnar and Swanshanks back in Austria a good couple of months ago. Will Dylan let his teammate pass? His teammate's had an absolute stonking start, hasn't he? DJ Jolly then 6th, getting interested as well. He's got a bit of a gap to Theo then 7th. Alfa Romeo running 7th and 8th at the moment. Great effort from them, and they got a 2-second cushion as well to the Bearded Dave, who's been fighting the guys behind. So that will really help the Alfa Romeo pull forward. The Bearded Dave's doing a great job to hold him to this 9th position, but as you can see, it is causing a bit of a train behind. Marvsky in 13th then. Again, we did say he's only gained 1 position, but don't forget he's on these hard tyres, so he's guaranteed to go about 16 laps on these, and he'll have fresh softs at the end. Marvsky just needs to hold on to this, don't lose time, and the Bearded Dave's definitely helping him here. As Rick Dalton's fighting Nunda, and Rick Dalton gets past Nunda, and Nunda's really struggling to leave this lag. This has been so clean so far. I mean, last week in Monaco, obviously we had a bit of carnage. That's Monaco. But I hope the people that have possibly got frustrated and a couple that are left just because of one bad race have realised that it was just a track. Because this, after a couple of laps of Monaco, as we see Adam and the Bearded Dave fighting again. Adam finally gets that move done. Could be a poor mistake though going down to turn 1, because he's going to be under huge pressure now from all the guys behind the DRS going up to Eau Rouge. Oh, he's lost it. Dave's lost it. Oh, he's hit the wall with the rear of the car. He's the first driver to lose it up Eau Rouge today. It's such a shame that we just see it was going to happen. He's very lucky not to swipe out the Red Bull that was coming into him as well. He falls down to 19th. Such a shame for the Bearded Dave, who was looking to extend his scoring run after scoring points last time out in Monaco. Still not all over, because he's still not too far back. Lucky, I don't think he's got any damage either, so he's still in the race, definitely. Now we'll go back to Lee Tyre then. And as we can see,
someone else has lost it. Oh, for God's sake, what didn't he ghost for?
Adam's lost it. Adam's lost it then.
Oh, mate, what an absolute...
And Crazy Bill, has he got wing damage? Oh, he's got to be careful, there's a Renault right next to him. Oh, he's hit Rick there.
What a piss take, honestly.
Have you got wing damage?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. Shame for Crazy Bill then. At least he has got the strategy to come in, put the hards on to the end. If he has got bad wing damage, he's going to be under pressure from Rick, and Rick's going to get through.
I'm just going to let him by.
Nunda's going to get through as well. It's not worth fighting wing damage. DJ Geordie's going on the outside of Captain Infinity and the bus stop chicane. That's a fantastic move there from DJ Geordie. Brilliant move, but he's going to be under pressure. Well, if he has got DRS to the car in front. McKenty then, the gap is 6/10. Beefy might have a look at him here as they go up to Eau Rouge through Radionlo. McKenty's got a bit of an advantage as Swanshanks gets a penalty. Argentina's gaining as well, and he's got a 2.5 second advantage on Dylan and P4 then. The podium runners at the moment look like they're stealing the initiative in this race. It's going to take a big change in the race to change this. We have the yellow flag, and Andy Lou's lost it through Eau Rouge. Andy Lou and the Bearded Dave have both lost it now for Eau Rouge. Such a shame for both of them. But other drive, oh, he needs to get it under control. He's running the car on the grass. I'm not sure why he's just running on the grass. He needs to get on the track, and he finally does then. Vintage and P40. Oh no, we've had a pile up. Swanshanks has crashed up Eau Rouge. And his car's just stood still. He's waiting for the cars to pass. He needs to turn it around quickly though, before he gets disqualified. So I don't think he crashed with anyone. Jake the Slayer and Ayrton are fighting then as they come out, and Ayrton's going to take the inside. Oh, Ayrton there. He hit Jake the Slayer then, and Ayrton has got wing damage from it as well. He's already had to pit for wing damage. These two, I think it was these two that actually had the collision earlier on, and they've had another collision there then, so bit of beef going on between those two. Talking of beef, it's half a second between the top two as Vintage and the Billy Dave getting past Andy Lou. I'm sure has got wing damage. As we said, talking of beef, it's 4/10 beef for beefy then on McKenty, and he's going to have DRS here, of course. He might just save his DRS. So as we see Dylan and DJ Jawley fighting again. DJ Jawley gets another 3-second penalty fighting it. And Rick Dalton's getting past Marvsky again for P9, and we see Theo coming in the pits. Marvsky fights it. Oh, Rick Dalton's and he's spun there. He's done well to hold it together. Let's have a look. And DJ Jawley getting past. Oh, he's side by side with Dylan. FIFA Beefy going up Eau Rouge. He's going to be catching McKenty then. We'll join that again in a minute. DJ Jawley then holding his own against Dylan holding his own against DJ Jawley. Look at the teammate here. He's going to be interested. As FIFA Beefy goes down the inside. Is he going to die for it on McKenty? Oh, they're side by side. Fantastic racing there between them both. Here we go then. DJ Jawley on Dylan. DJ Jawley to the outside. He gets the move done. And then McLaren's. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, they've crashed. They've crashed. Captain Infinity and DJ Jawley crashed. DJ Jawley, we saw him losing it and he just came back on the track. Absolutely no control of it. Weren't his fault at all. Captain Infinity's so unlucky. It was just in his path, wasn't it? And then Marvsky and Rick Dalton and fighting for P6. Rick Dalton's got the racing line. Marvsky's got the inside though, and Marvsky concedes. Marvsky's now up in the P7 on these hard tyres. It's looking fantastic for him, although Nuna's going to have him here though. Down the inside, it doesn't really fight that. And this top three then, look how close up they are now. FIFA Beefy, McKenty and Argentina, and they've all got a 5-second advantage over P4. We've still got 20 cars in this race. We have started to see a couple of collisions then in Belgium as we see the cars all close up, and Captain Infinity's getting... Oh, he's got wing damage, Captain Infinity. He's fighting DJ Jawley. Oh, DJ Jawley's running the gravel. I think he's got wing damage as well. He needs to come in and pit. He has got wing damage, they both have. I'm sure they're going to come in the pits. They're both on the softs anyway, so there is some consolation to them, because it is their strategy to pit around the next couple of laps anyway. Oh yeah, you can tell he's got wing damage running wide off the track. He needs to be careful here. DJ Jawley, he goes in the braking zone. I'm sure they're both going to come into the pits anyway. And yes, they do. So they'll be fighting as they come out of the pits as well. They both make it in the pits safely, which is something. And Nunda's come in the pits as well. And DJ Jawley's got another penalty, 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. He's got quite a few penalties now, it's a shame. But Marvsky's looking brilliant here. We've got another yellow flag. I'm not quite sure what it's for, because there's no one running slowly. Again, yellow flags. We saw this in the last race. We had yellow flags for absolutely nothing. There's no one running slowly in the area where it's showing yellow flag. So Beefy in the lead then, and McKenty's running wide there. You see in Argentina's view. Again, yellow flag for no reason. Is it where Ayrton is? It is where Ayrton is. Maybe it's because of the damage he's got. I'm not sure if it's now showing yellow flags for that.
I'm scared to overtake Nunda.
I know, it's a joke, isn't it, if he's glitching too much. Jake Deslay's up in the P10 and he's getting past ALR Vintage, and DJ Jawley's retired. Oh no, DJ Jawley's retired, and he came out of the pits. I'm not sure if it was another incident with Captain Infinity, but he's lost it up Eau Rouge, and there we go. We can see his car on the right side. First car to crash out because of Eau Rouge then. First car to crash out of the race is DJ Jawley, who's 4th in the standings, so this could really help Jake the Slayer.
No safety.
And it could help Marvsky to put away. No safety car. Nunda's left the session. Oh no, that's not good for Nunda. He has got invites. I sent him everyone about 3 or 4 invites at the beginning of the session.
He
should be able to get back in. He got a couple from you as well. Swanshank to Billy Dave getting past DJ Jawley. Jawley's wrecked car then. Nunda's falling down the grid. Then hopefully get back in the session as soon as possible. As Argentina and Dylan come in the pits then. So they're going to go on hard tyres to the end, I'm pretty sure of that. Attempted undercut maybe from Argentina then, but maybe Beefy and McKenty, they might stay out a good 6 more laps yet and then go on to the softs, or they might just do a couple more laps and go on to the hards. But with Argentina doing this strategy, oh, Argentina's on the mediums. He's gone on the mediums then. He's going to go mediums, and McKenty's got past FIFA Beefy going down into turn 3. As they come out of the straight, McKenty's got that move back. This is going to be a fantastic battle. I don't think any of them have got penalties yet either. So this really could be the race, and Argentina's definitely going to have something to say about it as well. If these two are squabbling and defending each other, and Argentina has a stonker of a lap here, he could definitely do an undercut, but McKenty's going wide here. Captain Infinity's passing the Ghost and Nunda. I really hope Nunda can get back in. We've got Jordan McCohen in the session saying best strategy for Belgium, not sure, got league race tonight. And Nunda's asking for an invite. We'll quickly get him an invite, Lemmy. Should have had 3 or 4. I sent everyone 3 or 4 at the beginning of the session. We'll quickly get him one. Jordan, personally, medium soft. If you can get through the Q3 on the mediums, medium soft is the best strategy. Obviously a safety car might help you with tyre strategy because it is really harsh on tyre wear. But if you're good on your tyre wear and you don't make mistakes and don't get penalties, medium soft, absolutely. So McKenty then, he's got about 7 temps in FIFA Beefy now, about 8 temps even. Jake the Slayer's got a 3-second time penalty. Theo's still running P9 and he's pitted as well. He's already pitted for the hard tyres. He's going them to the end. Really would be great for Theo to get some points today, his first points, and he's looking on for it at the moment. He needs to not get any penalties, don't make any mistakes. And Adam's just got a 3-second penalty down in 15th. He has stopped. You see Nunda has joined back the session. It flickers as he joins back. When he joins back, you'll find out he's down in 14th. Though unfortunately Nunda has won the last 2 races with us. Not looking too good for him here. His Ghost is letting Adam pass there pretty easily as well. Ayrton down 16th then. I think Ayrton, Andy Lou, Swanshanks and the Billy Dave, I think they all need a safety car to have any chance here. And Beefy and McKenty are fighting it out. Oh, it's getting a touch. Beefy's got the move back. It's an aggressive move, but Beefy got it. McKenty fought for it. And again, Argentina, he won't know about this battle. But he's going to be close to it. He's going to be laughing at this as the Maniac gets a 3-second penalty. And Crazy Bill gets past ALR Vintage going down to turn 1. ALR Vintage yet to pit. He's doing well. He's not making mistakes. He's running in P12 at the moment then. Goes up through Eau Rouge. There we go. He holds it together. I really thought I was going to jinx it then. Just as I was saying, he's not made any mistakes. Well done to him holding it together there. Dylan then in P6. He has pitted for fresh mediums then. So Argentina, it just proves the undercut is strong round here, because Argentina and Dylan are about 5 seconds apart, and now I think it's about closer to 10 seconds, isn't it now? We can't see because all my telemetry's gone. I don't know why the game does this sometimes, but then again it's just Codemasters. Maniac's up in P7 again, yet to pit, but fantastic effort from him. Shadows in P3, Rick Dalton's catching him in P4 as well. They're both yet to pit, both on 8.5 mediums. Marvin P5 is going to have a great run on these fresh softs that he puts on towards the end. Doing really well in Marvsky. He's got a bit of a gap to Argentina behind. I'm sure he won't fight Argentina too much. Once Argentina's past Marvsky, Marvsky's got clear air in front and behind. There you go, we see the gaps in as they come across the line. FIFA Beefy. He's got McKenty within half a second of him. I'm sure he's going to have a look back as they go up Eau Rouge. I'm sure he's going to get the move done again, because look how much he's approaching him. And Adam's lost it. He was fighting with Nunda, I think, there as well. I hope that wasn't a result of Nunda glitching all over the place. Look at McKenty then. Oh, I think Beefy's using his ERS. He's going to have to go to the outside. McKenty. Rick Dalton's got a 3-second penalty. Is he going to get the move done round the outside? Yes, he does. Beefy leaves enough room. Fantastic race, and this is between these two. Really could get used to this. It was these 2 guys, and Rick Dalton's getting past Shadows for P3. Migrating host. Nun's left the session. There we go. We're not going to send.
Jawley's left as well. Oh yeah, he retired, didn't he?
DJ Jawley's left. Yeah, he did retire the session anyway. I'm not sure why it said migrating host. I'm the host. Andy Lou's left the session.
Loads of people are leaving, it says. Oh.
It says loads of people. It just says 3. I was worried it was going to say they're all left then kick me out the session. That's what it normally does, but we are still in the session, thank goodness for that. McKenty sliding there. These medium tyres might start to go off a little bit. Captain Phoenix getting past ALR Vintage for P12. Vintage not fighting that too much. He knows that's not really his battle. Argentina's closing up to Marvsky then, and they are fighting the championship standing still, so Marvsky might not let him pass so easily, but for the benefit of Marvsky's race, it definitely would be the good idea for him to do so. What Marvsky really wants is a safety car around lap 16 and then put those fresh softs on. They have a great run at the end, as we see Ayrton getting past Nunda then for P50, for P14. Captain Infinity's up to P12 then. Take mediums as long as you can. Yeah, definitely. Darren's in my race on Tuesday as well. I can't remember if he did the same strategy, but I went medium soft. I think I went to lap 16 on the mediums. It might have been lap 15 I did, and then put softs on to the end. all the cars around, we went in the same strategy, I think it was, but they pitted for the softs a couple of laps earlier, and I managed to get second. There's a very late safety car we had, as Adam gets past Nunda's Ghost, which helped preserve my tyres as well and put me up a couple of places. But you definitely want to take as much pain on those mediums as you can, and you have more fun on the softs towards the end as well. Obviously, then if there's a safety car, you're laughing, and we're not focusing on this race well enough because there's 2 tenths between McKenty and Beefy as they come through sector 2. So McKenty's held that position on this lap then. Rick Dalton and P3, look, he's 10 seconds, he's closing up on these two. He could be a contender come the end of this race for Rick Dalton. Obviously, he's not going to score points for himself because he's a reserve, he's a Premier League racer. I did say to him he's going to be too quick. He did used to race in the Championship. We told him to get lost because he was too quick pretty much. And he's proven it again. He started at the back, so we had an agreement. We needed a last-minute reserve if someone dropped out. He can reserve if he starts from the back. He's a clean racer, of course, so it makes a great race for us as well. We've got a yellow flag. Is it the Maniac? No, it's not the Maniac. It must be the Bearded Dave, and down in 19th. And yeah, he's had an issue coming out the bus stop chicane. He's obviously just lost the rear end and gone spinning around there. And he's last at the moment. He had a great race last week in Monaco. He picked up 4 points. It's not been so good today. Qualifying was good for him. And Beefy's in the pits then. He's in the pits. Now, about half distance. Is he going to go on softs to the end? He is going to go on softs to the end. So he's probably going to undercut McKenty here. Rick Dalton staying out. But his softs are going to be really, really... Well, I don't know what the word for it really is. Not going to say that word. Knackered towards the end. I think McKenty will try and extend a good few more laps yet. He might try and go to lap 15 and then have a real advantage towards the end. Although Beefy's out in traffic, he's behind Argentina then, and that's going to be a real struggle for him as Crazy Bill gets a penalty. Argentina's behind Marsky himself, because come the end of the race, Argentina's going to go down inside of Marsky. Argentina's going to get this place now. Marsky's going to hold up for Beefy through sector 2 and possibly even sector 3. Beefy's going to lose time to Argentina, and he's going to have worse tyres towards the end of the race. So Argentina's played a masterstroke there. Once McKenty pits, I'm sure Argentina will be in the lead as well, but of course McKenty's going to have really fresh softs once he pits. If he does leave it a couple more laps. This is a fascinating race here we've got going on. It's been absolutely phenomenal so far. And it says we're only on lap 12, obviously it's the longest track we got on the calendar. And already, there we go, Argentina's pulled out nearly a second to Marvsky. FIFA Beefy's still got to pass Marvsky, and he's going to use a lot of that tyre life trying to get past. Argentina needs a really good couple of laps to try and pull out an advantage, although Beefy could get past Marvsky here. And Marvsky himself is actually catching up, and McKenty pits now. I'm surprised at that. He's trying to cover off the undercut. I'm surprised he didn't go out a couple more laps. I think I went to, like I said, lap 15 or 16 on these mediums, and I'm sure Rick and Chadders are going to stay out, and yes they are. They're going to go for something different. So where does McKenty come out then? Argentina still ahead of Marvsky. Marvsky's still ahead of Beefy. McKenty, when he comes out the pits, he's going to be behind all of these. As Beefy goes down the inside of Marvsky, and Marvsky doesn't really defend it. He knows that's not his race at the moment. McKenty then, I think that's a poor move from McKenty. He's now going to be side by side with Beef. Oh, Beefy's just got him. Beefy has just got him, hasn't he? And Argentina's effectively in the lead of this race now. Look at this, though. Look at this. We've got Marvsky's view in. McKenty's got DRS on Beefy. Beefy's got DRS on Argentina. Does he go for a move? No, he doesn't. He backs out of it. But McKenty's effectively lost 2 positions there, and he's not got much of a tyre life advantage either. I definitely would have left it a couple more laps there, and he'd have been out in a gap as well. So McKenty could have shot himself in the foot there. I'm not sure what his tyre wear was like, obviously. Jake the Slayer gets past Theo for P8. Great move there from Jake the Slayer. Just does it in the pace, easily before the braking zone. Theo might be starting to struggle on those hards. Jake the Slayer's not pitted yet. I'm sure he's going to anytime soon. Or he might go a couple more laps and put fresher softs on the end. But this is the battle then. The battle for P3, which is effectively the battle for P1. Although Rick, if they keep fighting each other, Rick Dalton and Shadders, once they pit, especially Rick Dalton, could close up to this gap. We know Marvsky's still yet to pit, but he's probably going to go a couple more laps on those hards. He's doing really well, and he's got 12-second buffer to P7 and a further 8 odd seconds to P9. Let's take the Slayers taking a scenic route there. Oh, he doesn't get a penalty for it, so should have. And there we go. Then look, Beefy's really closing up the back of Argentina. He's going to use a lot of his tyre life now, although towards the end of the race, he's going to struggle. And McKenty's going to struggle as well. Marvsky comes in the pits now, and I'm surprised he didn't go another lap. But
Side to side, through the
Crazy
straight.
Bills getting past Theo. Let's have a look. Oh, they touched. Oh, Theo's crashed. They touched. Oh.
Oh, that better not be my fault, I swear. I tried to give him as much space as I possibly
Let's
could.
have a look as Theo got damage. He has got damage. He has to come in the pits. And Argentina's getting passed by both McKenty. Oh, Argentina just backed out of it. I think he didn't want to take part in that race. And there we go. Then FIFA Beefy's up to P3, McKenty P4, Argentina's down to P5. But Argentina knows he's got to hang on in there. And his mediums may come back to life towards the end of the race. As FIFA Beefy's and McKenty's die off then.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Theo, mate. Trying to give you as much room as
And then
possible.
Sony gives up. Yeah, Nunda's obviously out of the session. And McKenty's got a 3-second penalty, so it's all playing into Beefy's hands at the moment. And Argentina's even. Jake the Slayer's pitted. He's down to P12. And Theo's pitted for fresh mediums. He's gone to the end. He could have gone to the softs. He obviously doesn't want to risk it, but let's hope Theo can gain back up. He needs a safety car now, really, but it's very unlikely to get a safety car because we've still got 19 drivers left running. And we've had, really, apart from a couple of spins at Eau Rouge, a collision or two, a really clean race. We've got Red Bull 2 and 3, Haas 4 and 5, and this is what I mean. Rick Dalton, he comes in the pits now, but there we go. Lap 14, does Shadows come in the pits and the Red Bull? He does as well. Lap 14, this is the time to pit. This is the earliest I'd pit. So here we go. We're going to see Beefy take the lead of the race, followed by McKenty, followed by Argentina. Where do Rick Dalton and Shadders come out? Rick Dalton, of course, he's putting fresh softs on. He's going to be an absolute charge as well. He's got 3-lap younger tyres. And who is that spinning there? It's an Alfa Romeo. It's Theo. Theo's race is all done, I think. He's had a spin. He's done the Giovinazzi curb. And he's in the Alfa Romeo as well. Rick Dalton, there we go. And he's coming out in P4. And he's on fresh softs, and I really think he's going to be on a charge towards the top 3. I do think the top 3, their strategy hasn't been fantastic. And they might have let Rick Dalton into this race because of that. As the Maniac gets past Vintage, oh no, it's because Vintage is in the pits after 13 laps on those mediums. Great effort there from Vintage. He's going to come out in P14, I think. His teammates just ahead of him, Adam. Beefy in the lead. He's got 4 temps over McKenty. McKenty's got a 1 lap fresher tyres, but the Argentina's backing out now. He's about 2 seconds down. And like we say, these softs will start to go off a lot quicker than the mediums will. We got Rick in 4th, and it's 7.8. I think he's really going to close up to these top 3. And he could be there within striking distance within 5 laps or so. Dylan in P6 then. That's looking pretty good for Dylan at the moment. Shadders in 6th. He's had a fantastic race. He's now on fresh softs again to push to the end. He's definitely pushing for that P5. Marsky's on fresh mediums. He's in P7. There we go. He started in 14th. He's now, unless he makes a silly mistake, nailed on for P7, if not more. Crazy Bill in P8 then on hards until the end. He's got 7 more laps to go. He's got a bit of a buffer there to capture Infinity as well. It's a great effort. Obviously, we're going to have a look at that instant between him and Theo. It did look like an unfortunate side by side, but of course, let's hope he's been recording this time, or he's on for another quali ban. Captain Infinity. Oh, as we see, McKenty's getting past Beefy. Oh, he's done it down to turn 1. I don't know if no, Beefy's got the move. Beefy's got it back. And they're following each other up through Eau Rouge, and McKenty is going to have DRS here. I'm not sure if Beefy's got DRS. Beefy's got DRS as well from the ghost of Andy Lou. So there we go. Beefy's just pulling back in front. Beefy's very lucky there. He had the DRS on the ghost that's being lapped of Andy Lou, I think it was. And this is a fantastic battle we got going on now. Argentina's 3.5 seconds back. He's lost a bit of pace on these mediums then as they've started to go off. And Rick Dalton on these fresh softs within 5.5 seconds of Argentina then. Might just be a few laps before he gets... Oh, he's had a big lock up there though, Rick Dalton. On that right front, that won't be doing him any favours. He's definitely lost a few temps there. Rick Dalton looks still looking incredibly quick. Shadows within 1.5 seconds of Dylan and McLaren. Shadows in the Red Bull, really catching up. Good points on here for Red Bull and for Haas. Still from McLaren as well, Captain Infinity 9th after that incident earlier. And we've got a car spinning, I'm not quite sure what that is. I think it's Swanshanks. Swanshanks is spinning and he's facing the right way now. Going down towards the bus stop, he's lost it on the straight. I think we saw Andy Lou invalidate his time. I think that's where Swanshanks lost his car. He's down in 18th and he's coming in the pits. I'm not sure he's going to put on some fresh softs and go to the end. I hope he doesn't retire. Let's hope he just goes on some fresh softs and tries to go the fastest lap. Still got the battle for the lead. It's about 8/10. McKenty's had a poor exit there, though. He could go over a second here, so he needs to catch up to get DRS going up down to Eau Rouge. I think he will. He just needs a good corner there, and he does get a good corner. Although he's outside a second. It's a Beefy. This is going to be the first time, I think, the whole race, Beefy and McKenty are over a second away from each other. Maybe McKenty with a lap fresher tyres is just going to back off a little bit, save up his DRS, and they go on the charge towards the end. Rick Dalton within 3 seconds of Argentina, then it's getting really quick. Dylan in 5th then, really going to be under pressure from Shadders then, and we get a yellow flag. It's just for a car getting out of the way that's being lapped. His Shadders going to be close enough to have a go at Dylan. He's using his ERS up, but so is Dylan to fend it off. He's not going to be close enough this time round. Marvsky then 7th. He might come into play later on as well, further up the grid. And Ayrton and Jake the Slayer having another pop at each other. Don't like watching these two race each other. They've come to blows, I think, twice already this race. It's the only real bit of aggro we've seen on the track. But Ayrton, he's got no ERS left, so he could be in big trouble here, and I think Jake the Slayer's going to breeze past him, and he does. He gets it done, and he gets in front before the braking zone as well. Ayrton's going to have better traction, but he's done it. Jake the Slayer's done it, and he's on fresh softs, whereas Ayrton's on old mediums. So I think Jake the Slayer's going to pull away, and we see, and he has done already, although he's gone slightly wide, but it won't cost him at all. There we go, and Jake the Slayer's already a second away in the distance then. Gap still 1.1 between the top two. We then got Argentina 3 seconds behind. Rick Dalton 1.6, 1.5 behind Argentina then. We said striking distance in 5 laps. I thought that might be a bit hard for him, but he's done it in 3 laps. He's close to DRS now already. Dylan being caught by Shadders then. The two of the new additions we've had to this league, and may I say, what absolutely fantastic couple of additions these have been. We obviously hope they don't crash into each other now I said that. But these guys have been absolutely incredible. We saw Dylan reserve for us last week, and Shadow's been a League 1 driver with us, racing with us earlier. These two are fantastic, and we've got a yellow flag. I think it's an Alpha Tower. Is it the Maniac? It's not the Maniac, it's the Billy Dave again, unfortunately. So he's spinning it again. It's a different place this time. Not been a great race for, as we've seen, Nunda down the back. He's ghosting still because he's not in the session. He's not going to get any points here today. It could really hinder him. Although DJ Julie, also one that's battling with, isn't getting any points because he's crashed out. Billy Dave, Andy Lou and Swanshanks all had spins in today. As the Maniac gets a 3-second penalty. Shadow's really catching up to Dylan, though Dylan's using his car really well. He's keeping a good enough gap. And Rick Dalton is right on the tail of Argentina then. Look at this then. Argentina's going to be under big pressure as they come down the back straight in about 30 odd seconds or so. I don't think Argentina's going to be able to do much about it. Rick Dalton, he started from the back, and as much as we know he's so quick, at the same time the strategy of the top 3, it's not their, I suppose it's not their fault, because I mean they've changed their strategy, they've changed their race in line and lost time all through fighting each other. And then we see now, look, Argentina was 3 seconds off the top 2. It's now 2.5. So Argentina, even though he's been caught by Rick, Argentina's actually catching the top 2. I wouldn't be surprised if Rick won this race. There's only 3 laps left. At the moment, Jake the Slayer's in P10 and be picking up a point. He's got a 10-second gap to the car in front though, so he's struggled to make up any more places. The gap between his top 4 and Dylan and P5's 13 seconds. Shadow's going to get P5 in a sec though. He's going to go down the inside. He's going to get squeezed by Dylan. Dylan using his car really well there, and he turns in. A little bit of contact there, but it's very clean from them both. Shadows gets a move done. Is that a bad move though? Because and McKenty is getting FIFA beefy. He's got him. There we go then. McKenty, he got the advantage back. I'm not sure if FIFA beefy made a mistake, because he was out of the DRS range as they lap and under. Wow. Rick Dalton did get the move done on Argentina then as well, and Dylan did get the move done on Shadows. Oh no, Dylan went for it back on the outside. It was Shadows that got the move done on Dylan. Dylan obviously got it back from the straight. Shadows went round on the inside. He got clipped there from Dylan. He's going to have to fight it back and go again. FIFA Beefy then needs to catch up to McKenty, but I think McKenty's got a 3-second penalty. I don't think Beefy's got any. Rick Dalton's going to be on absolute charge to lead to. A couple of laps fresher tyres. They're on lap 19 when they cross the line in about 30 seconds or so, not even that. There's going to be 3 laps left. I think on the last lap, Rick is going to be on the tail of these top 2. Argentina could be as well. And don't forget McKenty's 3-second penalty. I think Rick has got a 3-second penalty. I've not seen any for Beefy or Argentina. Don't take my word for that because I can't see or remember every single penalty. But Shadows is falling back then, and we got a yellow flag. I'm not quite sure what for. No, it's for absolutely nothing as usual. Crazy Bill P8 then. Marvsky's doing a great job in P7. It's a bit of a lonely race for him at the moment. Not a car in sight. He might catch up to this battle between Dylan and Shadows if they keep fighting each other. Not sure if Marvsky's got penalties though. I think I have seen it pop up saying he's got a penalty. Adam has got a penalty. Looks like anyone 12th down isn't going to score points today. There's just a few laps left. Ayrton P11, a second and a half off Jake the Slave. Jake the Slave's got penalties. Ayrton could be on for that final point then. FIFA Beefy then McKenty stays in front. FIFA Beefy, if McKenty's got that penalty, he just needs to stay clean the last couple of laps and keep that P2 and stay within a few seconds when it's Theo gets the maniac for P13. Good to see from Theo. Shadows in P6 and he can't get past Dino. He's closed really closed it back up, and Argentina, these medium tyres really are coming back into play now. It's not because they've improved their tyre life obviously, because they're just getting older, but as these softs go off more, they don't last as long, the softs. So that's really where Argentina's now finding the time. It's just that his tyres aren't going off as quickly as the softs will and the cars in front. As Jake Destay gets a 3-second penalty there. And we got a yellow flag again, nothing. Argentina is catching up then, but Rick Dalton's really catching up. He'll be within a second soon as well. And McKenty to spot, he might cross the line in P1 and actually finish 4th here, McKenty. But McKenty then, I think Beefy is going to really struggle with tyre wear the last couple of laps. McKenty probably as well. He has got 1 lap advantage. McKenty crosses the line then. We've got 2 laps left. Captain Infinity gets a 3-second penalty. Who's done the most laps for P9 anyway. We've got 14 laps for hards for you. Obviously that's hard tyres, so they can probably do the whole race here. Argentina's done 12 laps on mediums, 8 laps on softs. For FIFA Beef, he's unbelievable really. Well, he's not unbelievable, but if he can do the next couple of laps with him as well, and he is sliding. He's sliding a little bit. Rick Dalton's been DRS then. He's not actually got DRS on this straight when they cross the line for the activation zone. He was over a second behind. Argentina is catching up then as well. And Shadows going to have another go at Dylan. They're going up over Rouge then. He's kept it together. Both using the RS, so I think Dylan's going to be too far in front. And we're really going to have a top 4 battle as they cross the line because Argentina's closing up to this gap again. This is going to be incredible. Rick's catching up to Beefy now. Beefy really... I'm not sure he knows about Rick's penalty. Obviously he can ask for the driver behind, but I'm not sure Rick's got one myself. I think I saw he got a penalty, but I'm not too sure. Let's have a look at the position change quickly then. Gained 16%. He started 19th, Rick. And now he's in a battle for P1. I think this just proves that he's a bit too quick for this league. We said start from the back then. Oh, he went over the curve there. He's gone over another curve. Oh, that might have been 2 warnings there for Rick without a penalty. Not even going to acknowledge the yellow flag, so I know it's for nothing. And McKenty might have pulled out a bit of an advantage there. Argentina might get DRS on Rick himself here though, as we get another time penalty for Adam. Shadows is only about a second behind Dylan. Marvsky's closing in on this gap. Jake the Slade's looking good for P10 as long as he can pull out a bit of an advantage over Ayrton if he has got penalties. Rick Dalton then. Oh, Rick Dalton's lost it. Rick Dalton's lost it. He just lost traction coming at the final corner, I think. I'm not sure if he made contact, but now Argentina is in front of Rick, and he's really going to be on the charge as we start the last lap then. Look at this battle. It's going to be unbelievable. Argentina's going to be under pressure from Rick here, of course. I think Rick's going to get this place back, although Rick's got a 3-second penalty. I think Argentina got a 3-second penalty before though. Rick's definitely got another penalty. We saw that, it flickered away as they both went over the curve going up to Eau Rouge, and Rick's going to get the move done on Argentina, and the gap's over a second between McKenty and Beefy then. Beefy's really struggling on these tyres now. Can McKenty pull out a 3-second lead in the last couple of sectors? It's going to be difficult if he can. Shadders finally gets past Dylan then for P5. I don't think any of them have got any penalties. What a fantastic race these two have had, Shadders and Dylan. As Marvsky behind gets a 3-second penalty, so he won't be in contention for these places ahead of him. But he's got a 10-second advantage at P8, so P7 looks done for Marv. As we see, who was that we saw side by side? We got a yellow flag. Jake the Slayer's crashed up Eau Rouge. Oh no. Only our second DNF, and Ayrton's going to take that P10 from him. 1.4 between the top two. Rick Dalton, oh, he's sliding everywhere there. Really going for it, Rick Dalton. He's going to be under pressure from Argentina now, possibly.
Oh.
And we've got another car that's lost it. It's the Racing Point. It's Swanshanks who's lost it again. We're going to stay on board with McKenty now then. McKenty. We think he's got a 3-second penalty, so we think FIFA Beefy's going to win this race. We think it's going to be Argentina in second, and then McKenty in third. McKenty then, he crosses the line, and he has got a penalty. So it's FIFA Beefy who wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Argentina does move up to second. McKenty had 2 penalties in the end. He finishes in third despite crossing the line in P1. Rick Dalton down to P4 then, so he did have quite a few penalties in the end. Shadders P5, fantastic effort from him. Dylan in 6th, he had penalties. Marvsky in 7th. Great race again from Marvsky, one of the trademark Marvsky races. Crazy build back across the line for P8 then. He gets that place done. He closed it. He don't think he got any penalties. He closed up the gap to 2.8 to Marvsky. Captain Infinity got a lot of penalties, but he's still going to keep that P9, I'm pretty sure, as Ayrton's not even in the bus stop chicane yet. And then he finally comes through. He's going to take this final point, I'm sure. And there we go then. Ayrton takes the final point. Adam's going to come behind as well, although he's got loads of penalties. There we go, and he had 15 seconds at least of penalties. So Theo's not even started to go through bus stop yet. If he's got no penalties, he could take this P11 for Theo, which will be a consolation for him on another race where he could have got points but didn't after the collision with Crazy Bill. And he does take P11. There's some consolation for Theo. It's unlucky, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I've got to save my video clip.
Yes, you have. We've got the Maniac then. He's back across the line for P13. Good race from the Maniac. He kept it together. Don't think he made any mistakes. ALR Vintage P14 then. No mistakes from Vintage. No, not many penalties at all. And he wasn't lapped Vintage. I know it's the longest track, but I think that's the first time he's not been lapped in the championship. It's given driver of the day to Rick Dalton. We won't give it to him because he is a reserve. Forming a moment to shake the Slayer saying, Leclerc, I am stupid. What happened? The last lap he lost it. Dylan saying GG lads. Dylan, absolutely fantastic to have you in the championship with us. Brilliant race you had there. And again, he made changes to the driver lineup after last week, and part of it was a couple of drivers leaving. It's done this league a lot of good because we've got a couple of cleaner races in, faster races as well. And there we go, we've had some fantastic battles today. Yeah, Argentina did have a 3-second penalty of his own in the end, and McKenty had 12 seconds. We missed all them. So there we go, McKenty lost it by a bit in the end, and he was only 4 attempts clear of Rick for that final podium spot. But well done to them anyway. My driver of the day nominees, let's quickly decide. Dylan did start in 5th. We're going to have, yeah, crazy bit of costs there. Yeah. Let's have a look. McKenty. For the McKenty, we're just going to go. Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to do it on the spot. I'll have a little think about it, and then we'll put the top 3 in. Again, look. Irish. Look at the Irish there. 2nd, 3rd, 5th and 6th. We've got all the Brits down the bottom then. Unbelievable, yes.
The
Shame obviously for
Jamaicans
Nunda that couldn't get in the session. Nunda did get fastest. 1:38.1? No
Yeah.
way. That's rubbish. Not sure who got fastest that, then we'll have a look in the stream. And then we'll... Theo saying I'm so mad. Obviously Theo, send your footage in at that instant so we can have a look.
I'm so sorry, Theo, mate.
Darren
I
saying...
tried to give him as much room.
I still gain a position after not finishing. Is that a record? Says Formula Moments. Come on, Team Haas saying no. Yeah, Argentina. Fantastic race from the Haas team, double podium, not for the first time this season either. Darren saying, great race guys, quality. It was a fantastic race, really enjoyed that. After obviously last week, I know it's Monaco, but that was chaotic. Today was a complete opposite. Belgium, again, is another track you see a lot of incidents, and we really didn't there. 18 cars finishing the race as well, and the 2 that didn't were 2 cars that lost it up Eau Rouge. And, you know, it's an incredible race. Enjoyed watching it. Great battling. Captain Infinity say, how unlucky was I? Yeah, we saw Captain Infinity. I can't remember who it was who obviously lost it in front. I think it might have been DJ Jolly, but lap before he actually crashed. He lost traction, he spun, and he came flying back onto the track. Obviously, he had no control of it, into the path of Captain Infinity, who hit him. That was so unfortunate.
That's what happens.
Beefy got no pens, saying Darren. Yeah, Beefy got no pens, and that is why he won the race. When I had my race on Tuesday, I think I crossed the line in 5th, because I had no penalties that put me up to the seconds. It's so important. I mean, you can be as quick as you want, but if you're picking up penalties all the time, you're not going to get race wins, are you? So well done to Beefy there. Oh, I don't want to end this stream. It's been that good. I think that's probably been the best race we've had all season for the championship. It's absolutely incredible. We've seen some overtake of the season nominations. Definitely get your clips in. Don't forget to driver recordings if you want one of your overtakes to be nominated for overtake of the season. We'll have our driver of the day vote up soon, and obviously we'll have standings up at some point over the weekend when they are all done. Get your instants into instant report as well. Oh, that's why it said migrating host. I left the session, didn't I, earlier on? So that's why it said migrating host when whoever it was left the session. There we go. So that one worked out. Anyway, guys, we are happy. Oh, quickly look at a couple more comments. Worst race for me ever, says Swan Shanks. It was unlucky, mate. Once you spin once, it's so hard to get it back together, isn't it? Theo saying, do I have to send it in? Send it in instant report, mate. Yeah, we'll have a look at it. Tag, obviously, who you want to see footage from as well, who's involved in the instant. Shadows saying, happy with that result. P13 to P5 and no pens. Shadows, absolutely fantastic. Brilliant to have you in the championship with us. Definitely worthy of that seat. P5 already, 10 points on the board. Great to see. And again, like we said, no penalties is most important thing in these league races. So well done, Shadows, well done to everyone. Enjoyed that a lot, and hopefully if everyone can tune in tomorrow for the Premier League, that'd be fantastic, because that'll be a brilliant race in Belgium as well. Really looking forward to that. 7:30 for that race tomorrow. Big thanks to ALR Vintage for hosting the League One race for us earlier, and to Crazy Bill for commentating on that and joining us on the comms team for this as well. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone, and see you later.